What's up, YouTube? What's up, everybody? The High Vibe Tribe, the Light Workers, Team Light. Y'all kind of know where you stand. Ancestor bringing together. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing well. Welcome back. My name is D, and you already know. Together we are Guiding D Light. So I've been doing the best I can to stay in my own path, if you will, right? Not trying to let any distractions or anything going around within my environment alter my perception of the way my reality should be. However, it's kind of interesting what's the events that played out over the last few days. So I just want to kind of recap it, see if it resonates with you, and maybe shed some light and maybe bring some clarity into some things that have been going on. So we noticed sometime last week, about Wednesday, maybe last Tuesday, about a week from now. Today is Tuesday, I believe it's the 17th. Sounds right. So we notice this influx of energy come in supporting our our expansion of our DNA, right? Activating our DNA, evolving us, expansion, right, in the fullest effects, which was great. But I didn't realize the effects that some of us have with with the trapped emotions and the mental constraints, right? And when those energies came in, some people associated with kind of like an attack, or maybe they got some ascension symptoms, right? And they're not really sure, how that could come in, so that it looked at it as an attack, when really it was just the body taking its time and doing what it has to do to break down and to heal, right? To evolve. And for some of us, it was kind of an unruly feeling. For me, done a lot of work, so it was more of a blissful speeding experience, right? Lots of energy. Didn't know what to do, so I just put my head down, went to work, right? Been working around the house, been doing the gardening, getting the grass all nice. I mean, the property is definitely looking good, so that's a self-reflection of my mental. But I just wanted to bring that clarity to you too. Is like, this evolution, this expansion of this DNA. It's a process that's happening, right? And the body's got to adjust. So fast forward a few days from that, about last Friday, I got off work, everything's feeling good, and there was like this easement, upliftment that was in the air from Thursday and Thursday night. And on Friday afternoon, when I got off work, there was probably 30 plus streaks across the sky, whatever you want to call them, chemtrails. But so they're patching this hole in the ether, right? And it was being patched with like an anxiety feeling, right? And I picked up on that. We're going to this baseball game and stuff, and like, we gotta get a seat, and it's all these weird things, like this anxiety just kind of came out of me, and I hadn't felt that anxiety in quite some time, so I knew it wasn't me. It's pretty peaceful when I left my house, so kind of playing back in between that and understanding what kind of the forces that be or whatever. It's kind of interesting that they can protrude on our thoughts and our emotions to shake us out of our own path, yet we need to stay humble, right? That hurt the heart a little bit to say, but it's a humble compassion and gratitude that strive us forward. So I'm sitting there Friday, and I'm just kind of blasting it away, right? And I got a picture that I took of the clouds. I'll have to post it in the comments, but once it opened up, all the clouds around looked like animals. And I was seeing a dolphin, seeing a raccoon, seeing an elephant, and the streaks across the sky kind of stopped. I thought that was very interesting. I was blowing that energy off. And fast forward to the evening, I did a few sessions. The sessions were very powerful, very good. Along that line of evolution, right? Very strong, kind of rewiring of the intellect of the brain, expansion of the crown chakra, and just an overall blissful experience for those sessions as well. But then also a confirmation of what I seen earlier in the week of the evolutional stage, right? And we got to remember, we're in spring, right? So spring's all about new growth, right? So if we're still kind of processing our old patterns and clearing our emotions and whatnot, then we forget to take a look at that. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Obviously, shed a lot of light on it, right? And so I got done with the sessions about midnight here in Ohio time, and still needed to do a little bit of light work, if you will. So kind of tuning into the field and stuff, and kind of like a black goo, black AI, however you want to explain it, however you see it. I'm still kind of driving in and trying to stick into these individuals and alter their thought processes, and get you in the emotional and mental body so that the physical body can't receive the light codes that are coming in, aka the evolution of your DNA. See, when you're fully open and blissed and blessed and walking in God's way, there's no restraints. The body can receive the healing. But when we get lost in our own thoughts and our own emotions, it creates a constraint, right? And then when the codes do come in, we want to associate them with vampires or attacks for whatever reason. I guess that's the human being inside of us, right? It's very interesting how our brains work. Also very interesting how we're programmed. But as those energies and those fluctuations come in, if they can keep you in that mental and emotional constraint and that frustration and that something just isn't right vibe, then unfortunately it kind of blocks you from this evolutional expansion, right? And no harm or no foul, but the evolutional expansion is happy, right? So if you've done the work and you've taken the self-love journey and you've opened up a little bit of your kosh, you've really expanded your light body. And it's a very powerful time for us, right? We're growing new limbs in our trees of life. So as we expand into that, we still got to have that compassion and gratitude and understanding where we came from, right? Because I'm sure there was many springs, where I missed my chance for growth. And what I really just want to get out there to whoever's listening to me right now is, with those emotional and those mental constraints, it's important to process them, to heal that subconsciousness. But in the same sense, right now we need to focus on it's spring. We're growing. We're evolving, right? We're growing those new limbs. And growth can be painful. But if we stay open to reception, there's plenty of Bible verses out there. It's kind of hidden little knowledge. Seek the kingdom of God and it shall be yours. I know some of you religion bashers, you might not like that saying, but he who seeks will find. Well, what are you finding? Seek the gates of heaven and you shall be received. So God never forgets about you. You always got that chance to turn to him, but it's a personal decision you got to make within. But it's funny how all this kind of ties together, and I just want everybody to know that this evolutional journey that we're on is not easy, right? Becoming multi-dimensional. With multi-dimensionality, it's kind of hard to be normal in the program, right? It's taken me quite some time to adjust over the last 5 years. Big lesson for me was don't try to project this on anybody, right? There's no reason to force your truth. The key and the secret is to be in your truth and to shine brightly so that others will seek a different truth. Ooh, that sounded poetic. So just keep that in mind. I wanted to really break that down. I know I talked to a handful of individuals that saw the clearing, the don't go towards the resistance, staying in that power of yourself and not letting that fake anxiety take over and question your reality and your outcomes. There was a big light warrior effort on that Friday night. I appreciate everyone who's involved, and I Hope it didn't rattle anybody too hard, but that's part of it, living in this multidimensionality. There's days where things don't quite to seem, if I'm a creator, why can't I create, certain things in splits of a second, How come I can only levitate a few inches off the ground? I'm ready to fly. Keep working on pushing my power out of my hands and my feet, and I'll get there. But I think if we all come into that understanding that we can have this right now, I think we'll move a lot faster. So don't get caught up in these constraints and these emotional, mental paths, right? Come out, into that I am present and escape that mentality of the mental. I think it's going to be key moving forward, especially through the summer, but especially in this time right now that we are in this evolutional expansion. Obviously some of you guys are feeling it. Obviously some of you guys are feeling the restraints, right? Like I said, I've seen with the clients and the sessions that I've done over the last week or two, I've seen how there's two different sides of the fence, and there's a few people sitting on the fence, and my heart goes out to those who are on the unfortunate side of the strife and the deceit, half hoodwinked. I want to send you my blessings and offer you courage to walk that temple path. Put your faith and trust in God and just move forward without desire. And as you do that, the progressions will take off and you'll see exactly what we're talking about. So I pray and hope that for everyone. Those of you on the other side of the fence, great work out there. Like I said earlier, it's not easy. Our efforts go unhidden sometimes, right? They're not rewarded from a physical standpoint, but on an energetical standpoint, we got to remember what we put out there comes back tenfold. So if we're doing a few things to bring in abundance, extra abundance is going to come to us. So I believe it's important to keep that mindset as well, and then just to be humble. So take a look behind me. We got some wood chips. I'm getting some wood chips for the garden. Going to put them around the fruit trees, suppress them weeds and keep them roots happy. But it also kind of brings an assembly, right? If you're growing new growth for your tree, you need to fertilize it, right? When they bring in these thoughts and these emotions that kind of alter the way we perceive our being, it's like they're trying to spray a herbicide on us. And we got to choose not to take the herbicide. We got to choose to take the fertilizer and encourage further new growth. Push ourselves, right? And it all goes back to the self-love and the self-conditioning, working on thyself. You see a lot of people that aren't very spiritual, but they've done the work on themselves. And their energy and their baseline and their character radiates it, even though they have no clue what multidimensionality is. So I think that's an important lesson we can learn, especially some of us high up multidimensionalities, right? Us old souls. Take a page out of the people who have been on this rock for many turns and understand the humanality of it. And that when you step in that self-love, self-acceptance, and you really work on yourself, not only is it going to open up doors in your career-wise and opportunities around you and your community, but it's going to build that foundation for your multidimensionality growth and evolution. So guys, keep that in mind. Hope you guys stay blessed. I'm D with Guiding D Light. If you guys like this, like, subscribe, share it out. I'm sure most of you guys are already subscribed, but hit that like button, share it out. We got to get this algorithm going. I'm ready to start putting more effort to these videos as much as I can. It's been a busy last couple months. Done a lot of self-reflection. So appreciate you guys all. Like I said, we got to build the community together. So it takes all you guys out there sharing, liking, subscribing, getting the word out there, and send me emails if you got questions. If you got video topics, send me emails. I'd love to break some things down for you guys and give you my perspective on things, as sitting in the observation chair for quite some time now. It's really brought a lot of clarity in my life, and I hope to pass that clarity on to you guys. So with that in mind, stay awesome. You be you. You stay true. Till next time. Peace.